Praise be Jesus Christ. I've got my We Want God shirt today. I have a quote for you from St. Peter Aymar. He talks about the concept of a ruling grace, or one's predominant grace. Now you're going to like this because it's going to allow you to take the pressure off in your life. He says, to embrace all virtues together is beyond the scope of the human spirit. We cannot fix our gaze on all at once. It would be too great a strain and would result in a loss of simplicity. And what he's saying is, you can't be and do everything. You can't be a worship leader and visit the sick and care for the dying and go to see the prisoners and do the administration of a diocese and care for a big family and be a contemplative and do works of mercy and all of that. Like, you can't do everything. You can't be everything. So he says you need to discover your predominant grace. He says our efforts would be scattered instead of converging in unity toward one central object. By the bestowal of a ruling grace, God gives a special individual quality to the perfection of each soul. This grace simplifies its life. Don't you love that? There's so many people, they kind of give the impression that we need to be everything and do everything, and it's not what Scripture says. I have a quote for you from Scripture. Each one must seek inwardly to discover his predominant grace. And the Scripture is, St. Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 12 says, to each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. To one is given through the Spirit utterance of wisdom, and to another the utterance of knowledge, according to the same Spirit. And then he goes on talking about the different graces. And so pray today, ask the Lord, Lord, what is my predominant grace? What is the one thing that you want me to do well in this life? Viva Christore.